salute, man. It's the one and only, man. Tapping in, it's been a minute. And it's one of them days, man, where I just gotta share. Gotta share what's going on, gotta share the evolution, man. So it's been a minute. But sheesh. Let's see, how do I convey in words, man, what's going on over here? A lot of beautiful things, man. I mean life is amazing. I'm here to live another day. I'm blessed beyond measure, man. And first and foremost, before I tap in and just share my mind right now, I want to say, J Guru Death. You know what I'm saying? All praise is due to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? God is good. You see what I'm saying? I'm in a state of appreciation and gratitude all the way around. You know what I'm saying? Because I see the value of life more and more every single day. There's days where things are going in my direction. There's days where it's not. Right? And today is one of them days where life has been happening. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if I can get rid of that light like that. Jesus. Maybe it's on the camera. Anyway, man. Yeah, man. Just want to come over here and come tap in. Okay, lighting on. Oh man, they got specifications on here. Okay, retouch on too. All right. Righteous. Yeah, man. It's been a minute. Highlight save to your channel as unlisted up to last 5 minutes. I don't know what that means. At least 1 minute video is needed to start a highlight. Okay, I don't know what that means, man. Anyways, man, I'm out here in Las Vegas, loving life. Every day we're gonna see if people hop on and whatnot, but man, every day is magic, man. That's the only way I can say it. Right now, I'm in the midst of just creating. I've been creating like crazy. It's been probably the last 6 months. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. Y'all ain't seen me on YouTube at all, going live or anything like that. You see what I'm saying? But where I'm at now, all I've been doing is create. You see what I'm saying? I have this new. Let me just pull it up. I have this thing. If anybody is a fan, I mean, first of all, salute, man. Once again, I'll go by the name Master myself. In case y'all don't know who I am, you should know who I am. You should know the mastermind behind this channel. If not, it's all good because we're gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? One day. Man, what I come over here to talk about? I came over here to talk about remembering who you are, right? As I get on this video right now, I'm actually actively remembering who I am, remembering what value I have to the world, and when I share different insights from my mind, when I begin to express what's going on inside, I know I'm of value, and I know I'm delivering a greater service. You see what I'm saying? Outside of myself, so that's what I'm gonna continue to do, because that is me remembering who I am. You see what I'm saying? And here, this is what I'm doing here. So look, for everybody that's gonna be tapping in with me, just know and understand, I just updated my bio, the link in my bio. Okay, so on that link in my bio, you're gonna run into this link tree. See what I'm saying? On there, on the very first link, it says my AI studio. That's what I've been creating. Okay, and on top of that, what I'm most excited about is this thing called the Prompt Empire. The Prompt Empire, that's really what I want to come on here and talk to y'all about. But we'll get there. You see what I'm saying? Because that's part of the evolution of me. You know what I'm saying? And expressing the creativity I got going on inside of myself. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, man. If anybody's here tapping in, go ahead and comment, so on and so forth. I don't even know how to get the comment box up. There we go. Okay, top chat, live chat, all messages of this salute. All right, man. So yeah, life is good. What can I say, man? Young 32-year-old man. You see what I'm saying? Young 32 years old. That's an interesting verbiage right there. I'm a young man. You see what I'm saying? I've reached the age of 32 in these cycles. You see what I'm saying, of experience. And man, it's just truly an honor and a pleasure to live the life that I live. Every single day is a blessing. Every single day I count my blessings. And every single day I wake up and I move again. Every single day, man. There's been so much that's been happening. And I'm realizing that as I'm speaking right now, like it's just been so long since I chopped it up. You see what I'm saying? And just came on here and truly expressed myself. So I just want to come on here for a minute. Or did want to tell y'all about that. So I got that out the way. Now we can just talk. Where do I begin? Well, let me say it like this. I was a young man in Phoenix, Arizona. No, I was in Tucson, Arizona. The moment I came across one of the men that I appreciated or respected in life, and that man's name was at the time Arash Dibazar. Uh, why did I appreciate what he was doing, or why did I appreciate him? Well, I felt first and foremost, I got online, I just felt some kind of connection. But it was, and this is very important because where I'm leading you to, you'll come to an understanding. Um, yeah, I ran into this man that I learned to appreciate and admire. I didn't know why exactly, aside from the fact that he had a lot of beautiful women around, right? And the lifestyle that he was living, you see what I'm saying, was very very attractive from the outside. In fact, I found him on YouTube. He was talking about um, game. You see what I'm saying? Like basically how to talk to women. How to conduct yourself. How to what I'm saying. Learn to display your value without what I'm saying bragging about who you are. And so I became aware of a whole nother world of experience um, through this man. But not only that, I come to find out that I have a very similar lineage. You saying, what I'm saying. If you're not a martial artist, you might not understand what that means. Meaning, I come from the same teachers, what I'm saying, or connections, what I'm saying, in my life that I've had, or a similar background, right? I grew up doing martial arts. You see what I'm saying? And so that was a major aspect of what I was connecting to, but I wasn't aware of it at that time. Fast forward 6 years from then, um, essentially, that was 2014. 6 years forward, I go and travel to San Jose, and I go meet this man that was my mentor online. You know what I'm saying? For 6 years, right? Now, my whole life changed in the sense of like the way that I moved about life, to what I believe was possible in life, I began to change because I saw this man living a lifestyle where everybody else is getting wifed up and booed up, whatever like that. But I seen my whole life growing up in church. I seen, what I'm saying, relationships that were just betrayals. And oftentimes this was pointing to something that was much deeper that I'm leading this conversation that we're having right now to. Um, but I would see that in my life, and so when I saw the contrast and I saw this man living the lifestyle that every man wants to live, every man wants beautiful women in their life. But I saw that, and I saw that was available. I was like, hold on, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was available. I didn't know that that was something that was possible. So therefore, I began to expand my consciousness, and this became the process of me doing a deep dive on myself. Meaning, I began to become aware of, okay, what is my experience in life, and what's possible for me. So I literally, from that moment on, me and the girl that I was with, we constantly were just diving deep into this knowledge, this understanding, this we were going deeper, and it was my first time really seeing through the veil of the make. Not my first time actually. Now that I recall, and I remember hearing about the Illuminati, for example. I remember hearing about the 12 family, or the 13 families, whatever like that. You see what I'm saying? I was made aware of, okay, there's something else going on, and I always knew it. You know what I'm saying, on the surface level, but it began to go very deep. And that, I believe, is what led me, I'm saying, come full circle to finding, I'm saying, Rock AZD, as he's known now. That's my mentor, right? So I had a dream, right? When I was first came across him, I remember being like, man, I want to somehow, some way. I remember putting it in videos actually. Somehow, some way, I want to go meet this man. I want to go meet my mentor. I want to go meet this man that I'm admiring from afar. I got to meet him a couple times online, whatever. But I was like, man, at some point, I want to go meet him. But that just seemed like such a far dream, and I was like, man, there ain't no way. That dream began to morph and evolve as I began to speak reality, right? I became aware of myself. I became aware of the power of my own mind. I became aware of, my ability to speak my words, and my words began to manifest in my life. I became aware of that. And becoming aware of that was allowing me to see the effects that I was creating in my life. So one of those effects was, or my intention was, to go meet this man, and not only meet him but befriend him. I remember the specific words, and there was certain people that I was aligning to at that time, and I was speaking that. Fast forward to 2020, I go meet him, and from that moment that I meet him, the next month, boom, this whole change of transformation program and way of being. We're in the middle of C19. I ain't gonna say the word because I don't know if they're flagging and whatnot. I mean, I really don't. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. But you know what I'm saying. And Let me give my disclaimers. My fault. Everything that I say and do here is under the banner of entertainment. So don't take anything that I say seriously. Number two, respect. This is for adults and adults only. You know what I'm saying? If there are kids in the room, remove from the room. Respect the laws of the land you're tuning in from, wherever you are. Um, Everyone here is an adult. That means you're, as an adult, you're responsible for your own actions. So don't take anything that I say and take it out of context. And number five, I go by the name Master myself. I'm here and I'm ready to start. Man, it's been a minute since I've done that shit. It's crazy. Anyway, what was I saying, bro? Yeah, so I had a dream, and that dream was a dream, and it was a dream until I began to see a path of how that could happen. So I just one day, was like, man, what would it, if I really wanted to go and take a flight? I think I was in conversation with Yogi Chris about it. Yogi Chris is another man in IMC Nation. I belong to an organization, brotherhood called IMC Nation, and I'm leading to that in this story. And I'm gonna wrap up soon. I don't want to be on here too long, but essentially, I just wanted to share this aspect because it's so important for me to remember who I am, and that's the message of this all, or this entire, you know what I'm saying, stream that I'm doing. So 2020 happens, right? In June, was it June? Yeah, it was late May, early June. You know what I'm saying? I make the choice to go ahead and go out to San Jose and go meet my mentor for the first time. Okay, that moment in itself it's a moment I gotta reserve for another time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the happenings happened up into that moment, but essentially what I remember was my whole life changed from that moment. Right, literally I came into contact with a man that I was had admiration for. You know what I'm saying? For a long time online, just like, just a level of respect and appreciation, and admiration because of the dedication that he had to the lifestyle that he was living. And it's the same level of dedication I'm getting ready to tell you all about. You know what I'm saying? That I'm walking that path. You see what I'm saying? That every single day, it gets deeper, right? I'm living in a whole another realm. If you would have talked to me 2 years ago, I'd have been like, "You're doing what? And you're where? And what's going on? Why?" I wouldn't understand it. I wouldn't be able to conceptualize what's available or what I was asking for, and what it would take to get there, and to have that and continue to maintain that and begin to outcreate that, right? So I wasn't aware of that, and but I had these aspirations. I had this desire. Okay, I know where I want to go. Just like anybody would come on here and be like, "Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? My objective is to make $1 million." Okay, cool. You want to make $1 million? How you gonna do it? Right? There's technology now that allows us to shortcut that process, but it's still the same question that you would ask: how can I do that? Or how has somebody else done that? And how can I begin to apply what they did? You know what I'm saying, from my own experience. So, anyways, I had that dream, I had that intention, and didn't know exactly how it was gonna happen, but I walked the path, and now, boom, here I am. Okay, so I met him in the year 2020. Since then, we've been living on a process. He shared his process with us. It was about 50 men from across the world, you know what I'm saying? And we were the men that were representing men at the time, you know what I'm saying? There's very, very few organizations or brotherhoods or movements, you know what I'm saying, that were surrounded by the idea or the principle that masculinity is the answer. You see what I'm saying? To the disease of the world of, oh, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what gender you are, or we're all equal. And so no, that's a disease. Um, it's a failing tradition, or it seems to be an evolution, and in different ways through communication it can be, but we gotta come from the right perspective. You see what I'm saying? But anyways, that's a deeper, you know what I'm saying, topic, and so on and so forth. Anyways, um, my objective was to meet this man and align with him at the highest level, and that's the lifestyle that I'm living right now. And I can tell you that, because I've come full circle to the point of understanding. Okay, I simply got to remember who I am, and that in itself is a whole journey in itself. You see what I'm saying? Because you're gonna go through these cycles in life. You're gonna go through a period of not being familiar with really who you are. Not You're missing the essence of who you are, and not communicating from that place at least. And when you're not communicating from that place of you knowing who you are, therefore you're going to be experiencing somebody else's experience. I feel like I just came back to my life. Because why? Because I had not been speaking or creating, man, once you make it a habit, and I'm realizing this as I'm speaking right now, but once you make it a habit to communicate and create with your communication, you have a weapon and a power that evolves over time. And it's something that I'm beginning to measure every single time. I mean, look, I'm still expressing myself every single day. I'm in class every single day. Excuse me, where I live, we have class with AZD, my mentor, right? He's the leader of this movement. He's just a dope motherfucker. Dope as hell. You see what I'm saying? And um, we have the opportunity, we have the ability to connect, you know what I'm saying, to a higher level frequency of thoughts, of living, you know what I'm saying, of energy. This man holds presence differently. And because I have access to that, I access that daily. And when I'm accessing that, I don't realize oftentimes that the world is being left behind. The world is truly being left behind in communication, imagination, experience. You know what I'm saying? There is a world of, if you like Star Wars, there's the Jedi world. You see what I'm saying? The Jedi world, in comparison to the regular world, is a different world. And that different world is the world that I live in. I live in a different world. I don't experience the things that everybody experiences when I go to quote unquote work. I don't experience work like everybody experiences work. No, there's my imagination is active. You see what I'm saying? My creative aspect in life is always there. I have an intuition that I'm working with every single day. I have an insight to who I am and how I'm relating to the rest of the world every single day. So I don't get lost in the sauce. You see what I'm saying? I'm very aware of my ability to tune, you know what I'm saying, to the experience that is in front of me. And I'm measuring that differently every single day. And so I'm seeing through my communication is where I have not been creating, not been in a state of creation. And these streams help you to do that. And that's part of the reason why I'm able to come on here and just express myself, because it's so essential that you do that. It's so essential that you talk. I don't often talk to other people because my mind operates differently. And therefore, if I get stuck on lower level conversations, then we're going to have a lower level of experience. And that's just not how I move. I am operating at a higher level, at a higher frequency, at the highest frequency I know possible every single day. That's my objective, continuously develop that and learn to absorb from somebody else that's at a higher level frequency, and begin to carry that in my own life, right? And so, man, this video is way longer than I anticipated, but that's all right because it's my day. You see what I'm saying? And yeah, man, it's just truly an honor, you know what I'm saying, to come on here and be able to have the opportunity to express what's going on with me, man. I'm changing every single day. I evolve every single day. I know I have not been showing it, but that's changing because I'm now moving into a different timeline. You see, I have the ability to go from one timeline of experience to another. And that timeline of experience that I'm having is simply attached to a certain way of being, or a certain judgment, or a certain way of thinking. See what I'm saying? And I'm not stuck there. I have the ability to change myself every single day. And man, what an honor, you know what I'm saying, it is to be able to walk this path and do what it is I do. We'll put on some tracks from my brother that's, oh, oh, never mind. No, not that one. No, not. All right. Well, let's see, let me switch it up a little bit here. But yeah, man, so that's what I want to come on here and talk about. Just want to get these thoughts out. And, I'll be streaming more often. I'll get these, you know what I'm saying, thoughts and ideas out because I really got to help people. I see that one of my roles in life is to help people make sense of what's happening in life. I've been hearing something about a government shutdown, but let me tell you, regardless of, whatever, you know what I'm saying, you may think, I do not succumb to the rules and the ways of the government. So the government shut down, okay, well, I get that might have some minor effect in my life, so on and so forth, but that's a ripple effect of me being affected by something outside of myself, when ultimately, when you are a true master of yourself, which is why I go by the name master myself, it's an anchor for you to remember, because I remember every single day. You see what I'm saying? But every single time that I hear somebody say that, or every single time that somebody says my name, they are thinking that, and not only thinking that, they are creating that. You become a master of yourself the moment that you say those words. You see what I'm saying? So, because of that, that in itself, you're already using your words to create effects in your world. And once again, that's in art. And this is one of the tools in which I use to begin to do that, right? And so I'm just going to continuously be in this frequency of creating and sharing these thoughts and ideas because they've been inside way too long. And the level of experiences that I've been having, here in Las Vegas, I have to tell people about it. I got to continuously, talk and reach out. I've been reaching out to brothers, from across the world that I've been in communication with before. But essentially, my objective now is to outreach beyond. You see what I'm saying? And to really just go for it. I just want to get in contact with people and get people connected to what's going on here because this shit is real, man. I mean, what's missing in the world? What's so important, of course, is so important that you remember who you are. But one way that you remember who you are is by getting in a true area of being able to connect with somebody else. And that's something that's missing across this world. People do not know how to connect. They don't know how to bridge the gap of not being connected to somebody to being like, yo, you're dope, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's an art. That's a skill in itself to be able to hold that level of appreciation, admiration, or connection with somebody else, simply through your communication. And your communication paired with your imagination makes you extremely dangerous in this world. But people are not utilizing that. People are not utilizing. Well, everybody utilizing that. You cannot get through life without utilizing your imagination, your communication. But a lot of people are not intentionally or consciously using their imagination. To consciously use your imagination, I can say, I'm an entrepreneur. I can say I'm a creator. I can say I'm a builder. I can say that I'm a construction worker. You see what I'm saying? That's not whether it's true or not. The moment that I say it, you begin to think it because what you got to make sense of the words that are coming out of my mouth. Don't nobody understand the words that come out of your mouth, man. But nah, that's what it is, man. So, um, we have an ability to create. We have an ability to use our words to design the experience that is in front of us. And, the moment that you take that responsibility, now you're creating your reality. And that's the responsibility, right, that you have. And the more power, my mentor, he said this earlier today, the more power that you are taking on, the more responsibility you have in life. You have an ability to respond differently to life. You don't have to stay the same. You have an ability to change your direction, and that's part of why I like going live, because I get the ability to express myself a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? I don't. If I'm not having conversations with people and so on and so forth, man, spend a lot of time on my mind. But now, more recently, you know what I'm saying, I've been spending more time with ChatGPT and getting the thoughts out, right? And then getting feedback, and then getting, so that creates a different dynamic. That's how you can begin to build power now. That's the evolution of where we are in life, right? In the year 2025, going into 2026, you have the ability to go on to an application and speak to it and be. If you want it to be your friend, it can be your friend. You want it to be your mentor, it can be your mentor. If you want it to be your coach, like a fitness coach, whatever the case, you can do that. It's like as I speak, I create. It's literally that, right? Because you have the ability to use, technology at this moment in time, and technology is forever changing, forever evolving, but it's a guiding light in this world. And if you learn how to use it properly, then you can essentially separate yourself from a lot of people. And that's what we've been doing at IMC, every single day. So that's what it is, man. Just want to come on here, tap in. Like I said, I know it's been a long time. But now moving forward, y'all will hear from me soon and, continuously. Again, like I was saying at the very beginning of the video, man, tap in with my new product. It's called the Prompt Empire. If you've been utilizing technology, you've been utilizing ChatGPT, a lot of people have been hearing about it. This is like a master key to use ChatGPT. You can use it for whatever you want to build a business. I've been building a business. How I've been doing it is through these prompts. You see what I'm saying? Not these specific ones I put in there, but I created those prompts based off of the prompts that I've been using to build my infrastructure in my life. I've got several Telegram groups and so on and so forth. So all of that is available at the link. Y'all can jump in the Telegram group. It's still open for now. I got a paid Telegram group that I'm building right now as well. Let's see what else. Prompts like crazy. I got all kinds of prompts. I got all kinds of. Oh yeah, I have this thing called the AI Studio. So y'all tap in over there if y'all want a free portrait or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Any kind of creation when it comes to AI. You want to specify to, for example, there's like this thing called character portrait. Uh, or a portrait. You know what I'm saying? So that in itself, you can create whatever it is that you want. All you got to do is have the words of when you say, okay, I want to be a cosmic traveler. You know what I'm saying? Or I want to be a fireman. Whatever the case may be, whatever it is that you want, you can be, and we can create that together. You know what I'm saying? And the first one's on me. See what I'm saying? So that's how I'm moving. All right. It's the one and only Master Myself tapping in. What we say in IMC Nation is be the best and fuck the rest. What I say is knowledge of self is knowledge of wealth. It's the one and only Master Myself tapping out. Salute.